came into us in a semi-put together form, an LSX blower engine, the T-trim supercharger, but all not really working properly. We'll go over here and I'll show you basically the details of where we came. Now, this was, as I said, it is the 376 LSX engine, which are a pretty good engine in the fashion of they've got a good strong block, some upgraded pistons and rods, some L98 cylinder heads, but a standard camshaft, and they are a lower compression. This had more problems than that. If we start on the first run that we actually saw, which is that one there, the green one, that's when we first tried to run it as it was given to us. We're in the 220 horsepower of the tyres. We did a bit of sorting things out, started to get a little bit there where the fuel system was in trouble. We changed some components and started to get a bit better. It wasn't a lot better. We're still only going up to around the 4,500 revs. It's actually about 3,500 revs at the 270 horsepower at the tyres, and at that stage came to the fact that we had to do a fair bit of sorting out the fuel system and some more retuning. So the next level we went to, which is as far as we could do with that system, with all the problems sorted out for what it actually had, we're up here where we made the 440 horsepower at the tyres. It was managing to pull right out to the 6,700 revs, but it was not great horsepower. And as you can see over on the boost side of things, it wasn't making a lot of boost for a 376 engine with a standard camshaft. We're still only around the 6-7 pounds boost, and we're spinning the blower to around the 55,000 impeller speed, or just under actually. Now, what we've actually done is gone and looked at that engine and turned into what it really wants. The boost is a little bit, the compression ratio is a little bit low on the 376. So we've actually raised the compression ratio with a new set of pistons. While we're there, we put a little crankshaft in it, so it's got a 4-inch stroke that lifts it up to a 416, and then put a moderate sized camshaft in it, a full torque plate hone, ARP head studs, and put it all back together, not getting carried away, but some nice JE pistons, and like I said, a decent camshaft with some springs. So then we're in exactly the same form otherwise. The fuel system is where we left it, where it's been upgraded to an 044 and swirl pot, and then we've gone through and carried through and tuned it at that level. So you just saw what we're actually at. There's a good 120 odd horsepower increase, as you can see over here on the boost. Even though it's gone to a bigger engine with the bigger camshaft, so the boost should have dropped a lot, it actually hasn't dropped at all. It's actually, strangely enough, ended up in the same place, where essentially the higher compression and the camshaft have balanced things back to we're in the same place in boost. So there's quite a bit of room to move. This engine is quite capable of running the 13 to 15 pounds of boost. So we'll be in the 650, 700 horsepower when we go there, but essentially this is just part way through the process. As you see, it's still fairly scruffy. There's quite a bit of work we want to do to go through and get this as a nice looking thing, but starting to get some pretty decent horsepower and starting to make that LSX components start to do some work for their money.